In this video, we're going to go ahead and purchase our ZCash using Litecoin and ShapeShift. Now, we tried to do this a couple of videos back and we ran into an error. Then we did a video on troubleshooting the error, and now we are back. ShapeShift is still waiting on us. So we have the same order ID, you can check that, and we're just waiting the deposit. So the setup down here, ShapeShift is asking us to send Litecoin to this address, and they are telling us they will allow us to receive ZCash at this address. That's the setup on the ShapeShift side. Now this time what we're going to do, I have the Litecoin Block Explorer block cipher open. You want to get here, you want to go to live.blockcipher.com. You can go to /LTC, or you can choose the blockchain up here in the top right. Choose Litecoin. Okay, and then we scroll down, and what I want to take a look at is the latest transactions. So I want to see if we can catch our transaction coming through here whenever we actually send it. If we can, then we can go ahead and click on the transaction hash, and we can try to monitor a little more closely and see what's happening as we send this transaction. Because these are the latest transactions, these are unconfirmed, and we'll see that if we get the ability to actually see our transaction. Now the way we're going to do it, we won't know what the transaction ID is, they're calling it the transaction hash, but we will know the amount that we're sending. So we'll click the send button, and then we'll flip back to this Explorer here, and we'll just see if we can see the amount that we're sending. Okay, so let's flip back to Jaxx, and the setup on Jaxx side is we have 0.04 Litecoin available, and we're going to send this to ShapeShift. That way they'll go ahead and send us back some ZCash. So let's go and get the address that we need, the Litecoin address from ShapeShift. So this is the Litecoin address here where we need to send them Litecoin. So copy that and then go back into Jaxx. We want to click the send button, paste in the receiving address, and we'll choose the max amount to send. This will account for our mining fee that we're going to have to pay. And the value we're going to be looking for back on the Block Explorer is going to be this 0.0418. So we just need to keep an eye out for 0418. Ready, and I think we're good to go. We'll click send, and everything looks good here. Confirm, transaction sent. All right, now let's click back to Block Explorer and see if we can spot our transaction come through. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes and our transaction is still not going through. It looks like this video may turn into a troubleshooting session as well. I hate that it has to turn out that way, but it seems like Jaxx may be the issue. I paused the video and I was troubleshooting a few things when I noticed that the transaction wasn't coming through. I closed Jaxx and reopened it, and we see here Jaxx's wallet's already reset again. So I believe that Jaxx may be just failing to broadcast the transaction. It did work with the shifty button before, but what we're going to do in this video is go ahead, and I've installed the Chrome extension, and we're going to do what Jaxx said in that. In the previous video, we saw knowledge base that they told us that we should make sure it's not a platform issue. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I've already backed up I've already restored the wallet to this Chrome extension. So we'll go ahead and log in, and we can see that we're back with the same amount in our Litecoin wallet. So let's go ahead, and I've also pulled up the address here. This is the address on the Block Explorer to ShapeShift where we're sending the funds. But we'll go copy it from here just to make sure, and we'll pull this up so we can try to eyeball if the transaction comes through. So let's just open Jaxx up again, the Chrome extension, and click send. Put in our receiving address, choose a maximum, and click send. Okay, they're giving us some details. All that looks good. Click confirm, and they tell us that the transaction was sent. So over here we'll be looking for 0.04. Okay, so now 0.04. Let's see if we can see it on this side. 0.041. I would actually expect block cipher to be faster than Jaxx. We may just take this transaction ID. Yeah, it's not coming through, so we'll go ahead and click on this transaction ID, and they bring us to block cipher. So with the Chrome extension, they actually launch us to the website, versus on the desktop version, they put us in that little confined window. So we have our transaction ID. We'll close this out and just refresh. We have 0 confirmations at the moment. And we see down here the details of our transaction. We're sending from this address to this address, and there will only be one output created. The output is the fact that we're sending all of our funds to this address. Then we're only going to have one output. and then we just got our first confirmation. Right now we just have one confirmation, so if we look back, ShapeShift should have the funds, and look, they do. Pending confirmation, ShapeShift's already done their work, and we can probably get back into we'll come here on the Chrome extension, log back in, and we should see, go to our ZCash wallet, balance refreshing, and payment received. So here we have now sent all of our Litecoin to ZCash, and there's our second transaction that just came through. This one says confirmed, this one is unconfirmed on the ZCash blockchain. Now if we click this button, we'll be taken to, or that wasn't a button, that was a link rather. Right now they're telling us that we need a valid T address, so currently it's not even, this Explorer is in beta, and so they're not as robust, so sometimes you got to refresh a couple of times. Refreshing this page isn't going to work because it's just 404. But if you go back into your Jaxx wallet, go to ZCash, and go to see payment received, the Jaxx wallet is actually displaying to us. This is another problem you see in Jaxx quite frequently, is the fact that their display is incorrect. This should be only 0.02. It'll refresh in a bit. Okay, let's try this. Click this transaction again. Now here on the ZCash ZChain Explorer, we can see our transaction and the details. Okay, down here we have our ZCash that we received. Okay, let's just go ahead and refresh the Litecoin Explorer and see it's quite fast. We've already gotten 4 confirmations, so 2 more confirmations to go, and this transaction will be considered to be permanent. I think what we just witnessed here was an issue with the desktop version of Jaxx. This is the newest version, and it appears they've got some type of bug that's causing some issues because the experience that we just saw with the Jaxx. So keep that in mind. If you're using Jaxx, you're just going to need to, if you're seeing an issue, it should be pretty much instant. And if it's not, then you might want to try to use a different platform to see if the issue is with that particular version of Jaxx. So for us, it was a desktop version. The Chrome version worked. So that put us through a lot of trouble. What it also means is, in the previous video, we talked about, it looked like what had happened to us in the previous video was that the Litecoin network was congested, but more likely it seems like it was probably just an issue with Jaxx. So instead of our transaction actually hitting the Litecoin blockchain and then getting kicked out of the mempool, that probably was not the case. It looks like there's just an issue with the Jaxx wallet actually sending the transaction to the blockchain. So now with this video, we've showed how you can use ShapeShift, and notice too, ShapeShift was very quick. So ShapeShift waited on us for 24 hours, and then when we finally sent, it was like boom, boom, boom. Immediately they went ahead and did the exchange and sent us our ZCash. So I hope this video was helpful. Please like the video, subscribe, and support the DEEPLIZARD channel. Thank you.